So if you go with chronological order, the first one is what? You are supposed to give authority to a person. The authority flows from top to bottom. Now we have authority here and responsibility moves from downwards to the upwards. C and D, so that they can actually go with HRM department and they can look for it. It is a legal right. What is it? It's a legal right of a person or a superior to command his subordinate. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here in this session of organizing and staffing. We're gonna go with a beautiful chapter and the beautiful topic that is called the delegation of authority. Now, what exactly delegation is? Students, you need to understand the word delegation means transferring of authority and responsibility to the subordinate by the superior. Now, what exactly the superior does is he will actually make sure that there are a proper authority and responsibility which is being distributed from the superior to the subordinate, where the subordinate need to be accountable to the superior whenever the delegation of authority is given to him. Now here the transfer of authority is temporary, that is after the delegation is all done or the objective is all done, the delegation of authority will be taken back by the superior. So try to understand here what exactly happens. I'll give you one example where, say example, Indian cricket team, where Virat Kohli is a captain of Indian cricket team. Now if there is an absence of Virat Kohli, now what happens is the vice captain of Indian cricket team, he becomes the captain. Now what happens? This is again delegation of authority is given to the vice captain to be a captain. But whenever Virat Kohli returns to the match, now what happens is the vice captain or the captain who was right now, he will give the authority to Virat Kohli again. So that is what the delegation happens. The same way it happens even in the corporate structure, where the superior will give a subordinate the delegation of authority. Now, delegation of authority means division of authority. The first one is what? It is called as the division of authority and powers downwards to the subordinate. That means here you need to understand there is always this levels of management where there is a person called A, B and C. Here we have A dash, we have B dash and C dash. Now when A wants to give the delegation of authority to B, what happens is now B is responsible for whatever the act is done by B to A. That means here the authority flows from top to bottom. Now we have authority here and responsibility moves from downwards to the upwards. Now here, though I told you about delegation is a thing which is not permanent, it is a temporary one. Now delegation is about entrusting someone else to do parts of your job. That means whatever A was supposed to do it, now A is assigning a duty for B and giving some of the authority and some of the responsibility. Now when A gives some authority to B, what happens is B is liable to be doing the work of whatever is assigned by A, and he should report whom? He should report only A. He shouldn't report anybody else. Delegation of authority can be defined as subdivision, that is subdivision and suballocation of powers to the subordinate in order to achieve effective results. So that is the reason we go with delegation. Now what exactly delegation is? Delegation means transfer of authority from one person to another person by giving him the responsibility as well as accountability. That is called delegation of authority. Now, what are the elements of delegation? Now, broadly, if you classify the delegation elements, there are three elements. One is accountability, next is responsibility and authority. So, if you go with chronological order, the first one is what? You are supposed to give authority to a person. Then with authority, you are supposed to give him the responsibility. And afterwards, that person is liable to be accountable of everything, whatever he is being given as the power. Now, the first one is what? Authority, responsibility and accountability. Now, if I tell you like this, you will understand better. Say example, we have a person called A here, and we have person B, B dash, C, C dash, and we have D and D dash. Now, they are the people who are there. Say example, I'll give you. Here we have the HRM team, that is Human Resource Management team, and here we have the Finance department. Now, if you understand the HRM team and the Finance department, B and B dash, right? B and B dash, they are in the same line or same level of management. We have C and C dash with the same level, and D and D dash, we are in the same level. So, if A, because of some kind of a work, and he goes to the other branch, right? Now he is, say, he's in Karnataka and he is leading the team. Now he goes to Delhi for some work. Now A need to delegate his work as well as authority and responsibility to somebody. Now supposingly he delegates it to B. Now B will actually come to the place of A. Now here what happens, the delegation of the HRM management as well as the finance management, now you are supposed to understand, though it is a temporary. After A returns back from Delhi to Karnataka, now what happens is, again A will be here and B will be placed here. Right now the delegation is done. That means the superior has given the authority, responsibility to B, and B is accountable for whatever has happened in the absence of A. So you got the just what exactly happens here. Now, after A returns from Delhi to Karnataka, B should report each and everything. That is called accountability. Now, the first one is authority. Now, what exactly the authority is? Now, authority means the superior gives some powers to the subordinate so that the other people can listen to him. Why they give the powers is because, see, now A goes to Delhi. Now B is in the same level of B dash. If A gives powers, right, powers to B, then what happens? B will be here. Now B dash should also listen to B. If the powers are not given, what happens is B and B dash are both in the same line. So B dash will not listen to B, whatever he says. So that's why there is always a military concept where hierarchical people should go for the orders, and the people who are below them, they are supposed to listen to it. Now coming to the first one, that is authority. Now what exactly the authority is? Now in context of a business organization, authority can be defined as the power and right. What is it? Power and right of a person to use and allocate the resources efficiently, to take decisions and give orders so as to achieve the organizational objective. Now in the absence of A, B will actually lead the entire team of HRM as well as finance, where B should give the orders to B dash, C dash and D dash so that they can perform better in the financial department, as well as B need to also cater C and D so that they can actually go with HRM department and they can look for it. Now authority must be well defined. The first thing is what? The authority must be well defined. Each and everything should be clear and it should be understood by all the members that who is leading whom. All people who have the authority should know what is the scope of their authority, and they shouldn't misutilize it. Now B, when A goes to some other place called Delhi, now B shouldn't do anything else apart from whatever he has been assigned to. Now he should never overuse his powers, or he should not dictate the terms the way A should dictate it. Now that means what? Whatever the A had that power, B will not have the same power. He'll have only few powers. So he should not exceed more than what the power he has. So he should never go with what? Misutilizing the power. Authority is the right to give commands, orders and get the things done. The top level management has greatest authority. Now, in the absence of A, B should always go for commanding, plus he should get the things done efficiently and effectively. Now he shouldn't treat himself as the real boss. And you should also know that The authority lies in the top management more than the middle management and the lower management. So people from the top level management, whoever gives any command, other people should actually follow it. Next is responsibility. Now I told you about this. We have B here, then we have here C, D, and here we have B dash, C dash, and D dash. Now try to understand here. Though B is in the top now, whatever he will tell it to C and whatever he'll tell it to B dash, people should do it. But in the meantime, he has authority plus he have responsibility over the work to be done. So what is responsibility? Is the duty of a person to complete the task assigned to him. Now whatever A have told B should get the things done. That is what his real things he should do it. A person who is given the responsibility should ensure that he accomplishes the task assigned to him. Now before A lives to Delhi, what exactly A has told B is B should get the things done. Get the things done through others efficiently and effectively. That is what his responsibility is. Responsibility without adequate authority leads to discontent and dissatisfaction among the person. Responsibility flow from bottom to top. Now we had this kind of a thing, that is A was here, then we had B, here we had B dash, C and C dash. Try to understand. Now before A went to Delhi, he has given the authority to B. Only he gave the authority. Now B will be her. Now when he has given the authority, what happens is B dash is below B, in the sense he is subordinate of B. If authority is not given, what happens is B dash will not listen to B at all. Now why will anybody listen to anybody who is in the same level of management? The middle level and the lower level management holds more responsibility. The person held responsibility for a job is answerable for it. The minute A returns from Delhi to Karnataka, it is B who's responsible for getting all the things done. And he should report to whom? He should report to A about whatever happened in his absence. The next one is accountability. Now means giving explanation for any variance in the actual performance from the expectation set. Now A would have given set of instructions and he have made a standard of performance. Now B should report to each and everything whatever happened in the absence of A, and he should check that whether it is the standard performance has been achieved or the actual performance has some deviation. Accountability cannot be delegated. Now accountability cannot be delegated in the sense you cannot delegate accountability to somebody else. Now instead of B, C cannot be accountable for A. It is who? B only should be accountable for A. Being accountable means being innovative, as the person will think beyond his scope of job. Now B was doing things in the HRM team. Now the A had given him some responsibility and accountability. Now B has seen what? That is, he has seen the financial field also as well as HRM field. Why did A give the delegation to B? Only because that person is accountable, means being innovative. B was more innovative than B dash. Accountability in short means being answerable for the end result. So whatever happened in the absence of A, B should report each and everything, even a minor things also he should report. That's the reason they always go with the minute book, what has happened and what has not happened. Differences between authority and responsibility. I have given few of the differences where I have taken the few of the things of authority and responsibility. Coming to the first authority here, we'll go with the authority. It is a legal right. What is it? It's a legal right of a person or a superior to command his subordinate. It is not that the superior should command the subordinate. It is actually what? The subordinate need to take the orders from the superior. It's the other way around. Authority is attached to the position of superior in concern. Whoever is in superior, they have more authority. A person who is subordinate will have responsibility more. Authority can be delegated. That means you can give your powers to anybody, by the superior or to the subordinate. Last one, it flows from top to bottom. Now we'll compare with the responsibility, what exactly happens. It is an obligation of subordinate. See, the way they have the obligation of the superior to give authority, it is the obligation of subordinate to get the responsibility to perform the work assigned to him. Next is responsibility arises out of superior subordinate relationship in which subordinate agrees to carry out the duty given by him or to him. Responsibility cannot be shifted and is absolute. You are not supposed to see, you cannot transfer responsibility and accountability. If I need to be very specific, I'll tell you accountability and responsibility, you cannot give it to anybody, but you can actually give authority to anybody who is a subordinate. The last one is responsibility flows from bottom to top. It's a reverse of authority. So these are the differences between authority and responsibility. Hope you have understood what exactly delegation is. Now we also know that delegation is transfer of authority and responsibility from the superior to the subordinate. It's a temporary kind of a thing. And we also got to know about the elements of delegation. There are three elements of delegation. One is authority, second is responsibility, and third is accountability. Authority can be delegated, but responsibility and accountability cannot be delegated because it is absolute. And we also know what is authority, what is responsibility, and what is accountability. Later we went with one more concept, that is the differences between authority and responsibility. We got to know that authority is in the hand of superior and responsibility should be an obligation of the subordinate to the upper hand. And next we also got to know the flow of authority comes from top to bottom, and whereas the responsibility, it goes with bottom to top. Thank you so much, students. If you have any doubt regarding this, please call us. We are always there to help you. I'll see you when I see you.